this is chapter 24 of my RX323 resto videos, and yes, I haven't shaved since last year. G'day and welcome to 2019, another year. Well, just to think, this time last year I was about to fit an engine and paint an engine bay. Since then I've done a fair bit of wiring, fitted some fuel lines and got the engine all mounted up and built half an exhaust system. So in this chapter 24, I'm going to make a throttle return spring and a bracket for that, and also fill the gearbox with gearbox oil. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, I'm just going to put some oil in the gearbox. So do yourselves a favour and get one of these, little Tom Thumb. It's just a little pump bottle, because it's just really hard filling up the gearbox oil any other way, especially when I've got the car on the ground or just jacked up. So you just unscrew it like this, grab your oil. This is some 80/90 Penrite. There you go, Penrite, throw me $1. We'll just fill this up in here. So gearboxes usually take about 2 litres. So this is a litre, this bottle. Or the Tom Thumb's a litre. Obviously the Penrite container is 2.5. So it should be heaps. So I'll just fill this up to the 1 litre mark. Now I'll get under the car. Start pumping. Okay, so there's the gearbox drain plug. Here's the gearbox fuel plug. So you just undo that. They're usually FT, and you'll need a 40mm spanner. And then you get your little Tom Thumb and start pumping. As you can see, the fluid goes up into there and just sort of starts to run out that hole. So you can see now it's just starting to run out, and so that's heaps. Then you put the drain plug back in, or the fuel plug, sorry. Clean up your mess like that. And then tighten it up. The torque setting on this is FT. Well, tight enough so you can get it undone again. Gearbox is now full. Okay, so I'm just making up the lead between the alternator and the starter motor. So this is the lead, because as you remember, I got rid of all that external regulator, so I don't need it anymore. All you need is just this one wire. So what I've done, measured it up, cut a length of this is 6mm cable, probably once again probably a bit too extreme, but anyhow, and what I've done is I just trimmed it back, and I've got these little eyelet terminals like that, and they just crimp onto the cable. But what I did, I left my little crimping tool at home, so what I did, I found this old battery terminal thing that I had, and I had 2 of them. So I've got one of these and one of those. See, and now I just use those to squash them in the vise and just to crimp the thing like that. So that's all crimped, as you can see, nicely on there. The other end's crimped as well. So now I've got this heat shrink. Just push that up over that. Same with that end, just push that up over the back. Now, you just need one of these. Little hot air gun, and it should just shrinks it. So it's all watertight now. You see how nicely it ends up? And do the same with this end. See how it really shrinks around and just tightens around. Just makes it all nice and watertight because it is outside the car. You just go around, just heat it all up. That's it. Job done. Okay, so I've fitted now the cable from the starter motor. So this is the back of the starter motor just here. And it goes along here. I've just made up a little bracket just to hold it so it doesn't flop around against the side of the engine. And then from the starter it runs up through this other little bracket up to the back of the alternator. Okay, one of the next things I need to do is just fix up this throttle. So this is the throttle. I've got the twin throttle bodies, and this is the throttle here, and there's the cable. It's got a spring just in here to help return it, but I need something stronger. So what I've done, you can see I've got a little bolt in here, I've got a little lock nut just in here. So I just want to run a spring from here and just mount it somewhere down off the inlet manifold down here. So I've got this big spring, which will just clip over that, and I just want to mount it down to here somewhere, just to keep pressure on that throttle plate, just so it make sure it closes properly. So I just need to make up a little bracket to run off this bolt here, so I can keep that spring to it. So I've just got this little bit of steel here. I've just rounded it off. I'm going to run, I think I need about a 10mm hole through here, so the bolt can go through it. And I'm just going to bend. I made it a bit longer just in case. I'm just going to bend it so it bends down, so then I can run a little bolt through it like I have on the throttle. So there we go, pretty much 90 degrees. We'll try that for fit. Okay, so where this bolt's onto the manifold, that bolt will go on down through there, and as you can see, there's not much room between there and there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use one of these countersunk bolts just to get it in a bit further. So when you countersink it, you just need to countersink the hole as well with this bit. So there we go. So it doesn't have to be much for countersink, just enough just to get that sitting there properly. And I'll put a lock bolt now on the other end. Okay, so there's the throttle bracket that goes onto the inlet manifold. Just give it a little bit of liquor paint with what was leftovers from the engine bay, ready to put back on the car. The throttle now has a return spring that works. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 24. I hope you enjoyed it. A bit of a short one. So in chapter 25, I've still got a lot more wiring to figure out, and hopefully I'll get a bit more onto the exhaust. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but we'll soon see. Thanks for watching. See you next time.